Hi, it's Sky here, and I know that I haven't posted any kind of update in a really long time, either to my main channel or to this channel, but just be aware that there is a very good reason for that. The reason being just general overall tiredness, and before that, extreme busyness. So, just a really brief recap of what has been going on in my life over the past little while. In June, I was finishing up the school year. I was also finishing a course called Reading Part 3, which got me my reading specialist status in the province of Ontario. Work continued to be a lot of work, and I was running into some issues in the workplace, mainly my opinion, which I expressed in a very tactful way, was not appreciated. So I was written up for that, and that was within 7 days of my leaving, which just kind of solidified the fact that I need to not be here anymore. Added to that was the fact that there was a father who showed up the last day teachers were at school, when students weren't even at school anymore, and decided to tell me that this is not teaching, this is unacceptable with regards to his child's report card. He was directed down to the principal because I was kind of like, I'm done with these asshole parents, because that's exactly what a lot of them, not all of them, are, is just assholes who think that they can throw their weight around and yell and get pissed off and slam doors and that things are going to magically change. And then it's very clear this apple is not falling far from the tree when their kids are exhibiting very similar behaviors. But anyways, I am extremely happy to be done with this job, and I'm almost done with this country. So let me explain. School finished, and then I went back to Canada for about a week. I really wanted to go back for a longer period of time, but I thought I didn't have a longer period of time. My mom was actually in the ICU for more than a week around Easter time. She has some issues with her lungs and with her heart. Apparently she has no blockages, it's just that her the width of her arteries is thinner than average, considerably thinner, and so she's having issues pumping blood from her heart to her lungs, and they're filling up with fluid, and she's on oxygen now. But if I didn't go see her now, I was potentially going to have to wait until Chinese New Year of 2016, because my next school year is going to be much longer than this one. So I thought I only had a 1 week window, because I was going to be starting a PYP course at the beginning of July. And what ended up happening there was I was in Canada, and then I wrote to the PYP, that's Primary Years Program. This is an international baccalaureate school, which is a pretty respected program around the world, but you need to be trained in it before or very early into teaching at a PYP IB authorized school. So I was told originally this was going to be in July, and I thought, okay, I'll go back to Qatar in July so that I can get my cats ready to leave, so that I can finish up some last minute paperwork, get my stuff sent in the mail or sent through a shipping company, and so that I can do this course. Well, when I was in the airport, like getting ready to go on a plane to Qatar, I got an email from the PYP coordinator at my next school that said, oh, we changed our mind, we're going to do the PYP course at this time, which did not impress me at the time, and I was about to cry. But then I thought to myself, you know what, I'm freaking exhausted. It might honestly be nice just to be somewhere for a while and not have a lot of responsibilities on my plate. And then I started looking into if I could take any additional qualification courses, which wasn't a possibility. Some of them hadn't started up yet. Reading Part 3 is an additional qualification course through the province of Ontario. A lot of them hadn't started up yet, but because registration had closed, I couldn't do that. But then I remembered, oh yeah, I have a ton of teaching books I wasn't able to read during the school year. So I made a list of some books that I wanted to read, both teaching and non-teaching, a list of movies, a list of TV shows. And I've kind of been working through those. Now, I haven't been doing a lot of reading about teaching. But again, it's kind of just because I'm like, you know what, I'm so tired. I just need to be done with reading these for a while. I am going to at least finish the book I started, but I'm not sure if I will read any of the other books before I start at my next job. I actually have Spock on my lap right now. Let's see if you can see him. Meow. He's a whore. Yes, you are. You came over as soon as I started filming. Yes, you did. You little whore. You little whore. Yeah, he's my beautiful big boy. People keep telling me my cats are so big. Spock is 16.5 pounds. Both of them are black American short hair cats, and I looked on the internet the other day to see what an average size for an American short hair is. It turns out that Kirk is right within the normal range for what male American short hairs are supposed to weigh, but Spock weighs 1.5 pounds more than the larger side of what average is considered. Further news. I am moving away from being a pescatarian and have decided that I want to try being vegan when I am in my home. Or I should say whole foods vegan, because I'm not going to be going out and eating things like Oreo cookies despite the fact that they are vegan. Now, I'm still planning on drinking milk, eating eggs, meat, etc. if I feel like it when I am out of the house, or if I'm traveling, or if I'm on a plane. But I really want to make this move for a variety of reasons: ethical, animals, resources, how many more resources it takes to raise a cow versus to grow vegetables and fruits. There's also the fact that livestock production produces more CO2 in the world than all of the world's transportation, which is a pretty astounding fact. And more than anything else, at the core of it is always health. And it might be interesting thinking about the fact that I was paleo, and then I was pescatarian, and now I'm trying to go vegan most of the time, I should say. But it's just kind of an evolution of thought, and I might decide that, for health-related reasons, maybe the vegan lifestyle is not for me. But this is just something that I've decided to try for now, and it hasn't really been that difficult, especially because my preference is for fruits and vegetables anyways. Fruits are actually my very, very favorite food, and I'm not doing anything that crazy. It's just about eating whole foods, which are predominantly fruits and veg, followed by whole grains, followed by nut seeds and legumes and beans and whatnot. And it's actually kind of exciting because certain things that I shouldn't, I was told not to eat on the paleo diet that I really enjoy, like potatoes, for instance, pasta, rice. I can now eat. I'm not going crazy eating them, but certainly I can eat them, and in fact I have a pot of water on the stove right now to make myself some pasta, which I have not eaten in a extremely, extremely long time, so that's really exciting for me. So right now it's Eid in Qatar, which I'm so happy about because it was Ramadan. I have some hairs over here. It was Ramadan for the past couple of weeks, which meant that things were open during the day, but you couldn't go out and buy coffee. You couldn't go to a restaurant. My cat just decided to make his head go up like this into the camera. 'Cause you're a whore. Go away. Okay, he went away. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So I couldn't buy coffee during the day, could not go out to a restaurant during the day, could not eat or drink during the day. Now keep in mind, there are some days where it is like 45 degrees Celsius here. So not being able to drink during the day means you don't want to go out for an extended period of time. Well, you can drink, just not in public areas. And when I was going to get my hair done, one way I worked around that is I actually drank a smoothie in the bathroom stall, just because I needed something to keep me going at that time. But now that it's Eid, I can go out for coffee in the morning, which makes my day seem like it is a lot more structured. I find when I wake up, have a shower, get dressed, go out and have my coffee, I'm able to much more easily transition into a productive day. Whereas right now there's just a lot of weird sleep schedules and not getting a lot done during the day. Although I must say, I've read quite a few books, reading some Batman fan fiction right now, awesome. I watched a few movies that I had never seen before that I felt I should see, like Silence of the Lambs. And, I started Batman the Animated Series, which is really awesome. I don't know how many episodes I'll be able to watch before I need to really start working on my Taiwan stuff. We'll see what happens. I still have one more package to send. It's with things like spices and my teaching books that are sitting here that I'm hoping that I will read at some point. I also went clothing shopping. I'm wearing a really cute dress right now, which you really can't see. It's just, there's a shot of my boobs. I went to Decidual and they actually were having a 30 to 50% off of old clothes sale, which was amazing. I bought this dress, I bought a long sleeve t-shirt, and I bought a kind of Chinese style jacket that I think I can wear as a rain jacket, but I'm not exactly sure. But there is a lot more rain in Taiwan where I'm going as compared to here where I live in the middle of a very dry, flat, sandy desert. And it's been very windy this summer, meaning the sand is just blowing around everywhere. And in terms of sand particulates in the air, I think that Doha, well, Qatar, is one of the worst places in the world to be. And it's not just because it's a desert, it's because there's so much construction going on all the time and the population is booming here, which means the sand is just being mixed around everywhere all the time. Cats still need to go in for their final appointment, but otherwise it's just been kind of nice, just sitting, chilling, making food, doing what I want to do. It's awesome! I really miss having free time. Anyways, so that's just a little life update. I will see you later. Bye-bye.